This week on Edmunds Live, we are joined by Scott Oldham, Ed Helwig, Jake Avenagh, and Aaron Riches. And our big story this week is the Infiniti Q50. We have our first test of it. And Jay, you wrote it, so tell us about the new Q50.
New Q50, otherwise known as the new G37. Basically, it's essentially new, and they put bad tires on it. Yeah, and what I mean by that is they put all-season run flats on there. So the run flat thing is new, the all-season thing is not new, and the run flat thing makes the ride not so good, and the all-season thing makes the handling not so good. So we're saying go for the S model, even though we haven't driven it.
At the track, the difference was skid pad 0.79G, slalom 60.9 miles per hour. That's 6G lower than the old one, and 6 miles per hour slower than the old one because of those tires.
Sebastian Vettel, his input is fantastic at this point.
Well, the chassis is good. I mean, let's be fair. The chassis feels like it's got a lot more in it with the right tires. It's a really nice driving car aside from the tire limitations, and the power is awesome. I mean, I don't know if you guys drove it, but the V6 with that 7-speed, I'm a big fan. That thing motors.
It makes you think that a V8 or anything even more powerful really isn't necessary. I didn't think so. I mean, it's really more than enough for that car.
Funny thing about the tires, they know the run flat hatred is out there, so you can get an optional spare. So when you replace your tires with non-run flats, you're covered. I thought that was interesting.
It's a good move, yeah.
$200 option for a conventional spare.
Right.
I mean, a big reason why I would consider not buying a BMW is because you're going to have a giant tire bill eventually.
That's right.
For those run flats.
But there is a lot to like about the car other than that.
Absolutely.
Aspect. I mean, I thought the interior is probably one of their best ever. Their interface on the center stack is really neat with the dual screens. I thought was really well done. And just even the materials and the design, I think, is really nice. It's even a step above the M car, which sort of introduced that whole design philosophy.
The other story this week was that BMW announced pricing for its i3 electric car. It's going to be $42,275, and perhaps an extra $2,000 if you want to put in a range extender Volt-like engine.
I think that sounds like a great value.
Yeah, I think that's cheap for what you're getting.
Completely.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, once you factor in all the deduction, like the credits you're going to be able to get, I mean, you're basically getting an electric car that's probably going to drive like a BMW. And
Aaron, I am kidding. Are they out of their minds
What do you
charging
mean?
that much for that thing?
It's like
What do you mean?
$12,000 more than a Leaf. And yes, it's a BMW,
it is similar
but
to a Volt, though. I mean, if you look at it that
but
way.
I mean, is that, the tax credits are going to bring it down to the mid-30s, are they not?
Yeah.
but
Still.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's gonna drive really good.
Was
But
it a
have you
90-mile
seen it?
range? Is that what it is?
You're making a pretty big assumption.
90-mile range, but then you get that range extender.
Why is it going to drive very well? Because it's a BMW? Have you driven a
it's
5 Series lately?
Have you driven a Mini lately? It's front-wheel drive like a Mini.
Okay.
They are
It-
banking quite a bit on the brand cachet.
Yeah.
I think
I
get them
think
I mean,
that's
sold
clear.
with
And also another thing is it looks absolutely
Yeah.
nothing like any BMW ever, except for maybe that
yeah.
little Urkel car in the
Hideous
50s.
looking.
I
That's
do
gonna
like
be some
this.
riveting footage.
They're pushing forward with this carbon fiber chassis manufacturer. I mean, the
Yeah.
thing's pretty light, even though it's
Yeah.
saddled with all these batteries. I mean, I think this
Yeah.
bodes well for the industry at large, and particularly BMW's cars, where what they learn in terms of carbon fiber chassis on this car, they can apply to the cars
Fair
that we
point.
actually
Does
like.
it have run flats on it?
Well, it actually has big, really wide tires, but they're also very narrow. So you still have contact patch, but lower rolling resistance.
Less
So they
aero
sort of
drag,
look,
yeah.
they look weird. And the i8's going to have a similar deal as well.
Yeah, it's a shame they couldn't make a better looking BMW
Yeah.
that was electric.
I mean,
Because
yeah,
that would sort of bridge that gap between,
think
yeah, I
it's
want an
cooler.
electric car, but I
Yeah,
want
I
something that looks good.
So do
Well,
we
they're
think,
going to sell one.
well, moving on, let's get to the lightning round, everybody. Okay, first up, Aaron, you drove our long-term Subaru BRZ to Utah.
I did.
Would you do it again?
Maybe.
Wow, that's quite an endorsement.
It really didn't have the lack of torque was really apparent once I got to the higher elevations, and although I find it adequate for driving around here on back roads, once I was in the mountains, it didn't have enough power to really be fun for me.
But that's a really long road trip. Like, how is it, like, from road trip? How comfortable is it? Was it big enough? Was it incredibly loud?
Well, it was just me, so it was absolutely big enough. And for whatever reason, I found the seats really comfortable, actually more comfortable for me than our long-term 911, which is crazy, I know, but you know.
Those are some of the best seats in a car today, though, I think.
In the 911?
No, in the BRZ and the FRS.
Oh, you think? Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I heard that the i3 has even better seats in it.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be next. I'll get the range extender option, and then yeah. Anyway, the ride was pretty okay for me, but I wouldn't call it exactly compliant. It's just not harsh, and
Where'd you drive it to, Aaron?
I went to Moab.
By the time you got to Moab, did you figure out how to change the radio station?
I knew how to do that before I left the house.
Did you really?
I'm modern.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, but the Subarus isn't actually modern, so.
Well, yeah, but I had my Baseball Tonight podcast going, and I was able to listen to. I mean, I don't have a problem. I'm not saying that's a good touchscreen type head unit, but I can use it.
Ed, Bentley announced this week that their SUV will be going on sale in 2016. The styling of that SUV's concept was not well received. Do you think Bentley will stick to its guns or bow to criticism and change the design?
Well, they certainly won't say they're bowing to criticism, but I pretty much guarantee they're going to change the design. I mean, I don't think that got good reviews from anybody other than people that were sitting inside it. So there's no doubt they're going to redo the design, and I don't think it's a surprise it got the green light, but I'm sure they're going to do a heavy rethink of what it should look like, so expect something totally different.
Yeah, the sketch that they released sort of made it seem like they were keeping the general silhouette, but I would imagine at the very least the front end will be changing.
You're both right about that, and I'll tell you, that thing was better looking than it gets credit for. I don't think the color did it any favors. If that was a different color than that bluish, baby blue thing it was, I think it would have been a little better received than it was, but it will have a new front end on it.
All right, Jay, here's your pop quiz. Infiniti will be changing the names of all its cars to all be Qs and QXs. Question, the future QX70 is currently known as what?
Well, since it's QX, that means it's a Truckosaurus SUV thing. That means the QX70 has to be, I don't know, QX56 beats me.
No, I'm sorry, no, that would be the QX80. The QX70 is the FX.
Of course.
The
I mean,
FX.
yeah, this new nomenclature is going to be a little bit clumsy at first, but I think long term, it's going to be the right way to go.
And finally this week, Scott, the royal baby was born. It's named George.
It's a good name.
If you were going to give a car to the royal baby as a gift, what car would you give him?
Hemi Cuda.
And why would that be?
Because every baby should have a Hemi Cuda. I have no idea what I would give him. I would probably give him a new Corvette C7, which we just ran our road test, and it's probably without question the best Corvette ever built. And it's one of the finest American cars ever built.
Good enough for me. Well, that's it for Edmunds Live this week. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Edmunds and friend us on Facebook. And if you write us something interesting, you could be our commenter of the week, just like John Aprilli was. We posted on Facebook about the new Chevy Cruze diesel, and he replied, most people who buy diesels either buy them for the good fuel mileage or because they love diesels. I never understood why people hated the black smoke and clatter. That's what makes a diesel so much fun to own.
Oh,
I don't know about that. I think it's the torque.
He's going to be
Really,
disappointed.
the torque, not
Yeah.
not the terrible environmental impact?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on where you sit on the whole environment thing, but I like torque. Don't like black smoke.
yeah, whereas John just wants to destroy the earth.
Well, that's it for this week. We'll see you next week on Edmunds Live.